Italian supercars are all about compromise. They sound great and they'll get you to your destination in style, but you really wouldn't use them as your daily driver. And that's kind of the case with the V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless. Although I really do like them, they aren't perfect for everybody. But since I do like them so much, V-moda was actually cool enough to do a giveaway. Just like the video, be subscribed, and comment down below with what's your all-time favorite album, and as soon as this video hits 1,000 likes, I'll pick a winner and slide into your DMs. The V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless come in 3 colorways, white, black, and a black version with rose gold accents. It's important to take note that the rose gold version of the Crossfade 2 supports the aptX codec, which means clearer audio quality over just standard Bluetooth, while the black and white versions don't support the aptX codec, which really only matters if your device supports the aptX codec, namely premium Android devices, whereas iPhones don't support aptX. And the aptX support also carries a price premium. The rose gold V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless sells for $350 and the white and black versions retail for $330. Personally, I would have preferred if all 3 of these headphones supported the aptX codec, but if you want to pick either of these headphones up, I'll have a link in the description below with the best price, and if you click on the link, it really helps out the channel. The V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless come included with a braided audio cable with inline controller, a micro USB cable for charging, a 1/4-inch adapter, and a very stylized hardshell carrying case that looks amazing all on its own. And without a doubt, the V-moda Crossfade 2 score very high when it comes to design and build quality. First up, I absolutely love the angular design of these headphones. They're a fashion statement all on their own. I also really like the exposed steel frame, which not only looks great, but it's also very durable. The headband and ear cups are wrapped in vegan leather, which feel great to the touch, and there's hard plastic on the rest of the ear cups, which, side note, does stand up very well to drops, but does scratch a bit if you constantly plug and unplug the audio cable on a regular basis. More on that in a second. When it comes to actually wearing these headphones, I was surprised at how comfortable they were right out of the box. They have very little clamping force, and they are also very low profile compared to the Sony 1000XM2, Beats Studio 3, and the Bose QC35 Series 2. But we do need to address the ear cups. Yes, the padding is very plush and overheating isn't an issue with me, but these ear cups are a little cramped. For most guys, I feel these ear cups are going to end up resting on your ears, but oddly enough, it didn't bother me. But for a fact, I preferred the fit of these ear cups over the fit of the ear cups found on the Beats Studio 3. And another thing I really like about the Crossfade 2 is how small they get when you fold them up. I have no problem leaving these headphones out on my desk because they take up so little space and still look great doing so. And since they fold up so small, I really like taking these out for short commutes where I know lack of ANC isn't going to be a problem. And no, these headphones don't have active noise cancellation. Instead, V-moda relies solely on passive noise isolation. So they block out some sound, but not a lot. But they do prevent a lot of sound leakage. On the top of the right ear cup, you've got your volume control buttons and a multi-purpose button. The buttons and the tactile feedback are okay, but I would have preferred if they had a little more click to them. If you press the center button once, you'll play or pause your music, double tap to skip a track, triple press to go back a track, and press and hold to activate your voice assistant. And although finding these buttons by touch is relatively easy, I would have preferred if the center button was a little raised or lower than the other 2 buttons off to the side instead of all of them just being flush. It would just make identifying each button much easier on the first try. But another thing I really like about these headphones is the power on switch. There's just something that's so satisfying about switching the power on these headphones. It's a small detail that you just don't see much of these days, and it really takes me back to when I used to power on my Game Boy Color. The V-moda Crossfade 2 also advertises a battery life of 14 hours, and that's pretty much in line of what I've been getting after testing these headphones. And even though these headphones are still using Bluetooth 3.0, wireless range is at about 30 feet, and they have a strong wireless connection that never really cuts out, and they have very little latency, which is good for watching lots of YouTube videos. But the V-moda Crossfade 2 don't sound amazing while used with a wireless connection. Their audio quality isn't as clear as other headphones I've tested, and they do tend to bottom out while listening to bass-heavy music. Although they don't have a sharp V-shaped sound signature, they do have deep lows and surprisingly very well-defined mids and vocals, which I like a lot. And these headphones don't have too much punch in their bass, which some people might like, and there are just other people that just have to have their bass. But when used with a wired connection, that's when these headphones start to sound truly amazing. The first thing you'll notice is that their soundstage widens up, instrument separation is improved, the lows don't bottom out anymore, and everything just sounds clearer. And obviously this has to do because of the wired connection. And with a wired connection, these headphones sound better than the Sony 1000XM2, their younger and cooler brother, the Sony Huron 2, which I raved about a few videos ago, and the Bose QC35 and the B Studio 3s. But they still don't sound better than something a little bit more expensive like the Bowers & Wilkins PX. And V-moda CEO has stated that their headphones are foremost designed to be used as wired headphones, and their wireless capabilities are just there as a convenience, not their main priority. And if you're truly an audiophile, you're probably opting to use a wired connection regardless. You're maybe even using a phone with a proper built-in DAC, or you maybe even have your own external DAC and maybe even an amp. But in a world where a phone having an audio jack now is considered a feature, it'll be very interesting to see how V-moda adapts with their future products. Even though I still use these headphones in their wireless mode when I'm commuting, I find myself using these headphones extensively with a wired connection when I'm home working on my computer, either connected directly to my iMac or connected to my iPhone 6s Plus. But if V-moda really wants to keep wired connections alive, they need to give you a reason to want to use a wired connection, because there are wireless headphones that sound just as good as these headphones while wired in wireless mode even without the use of the aptX codec, namely the Bowers & Wilkins PX, but those go for $400 and they don't get anywhere near as compact. Right now, I feel the V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless are better suited for people who want great sounding and very compact wired headphones that also give them the freedom and convenience of wireless usage, not the other way around. And with that being said, I think these are still great for a mobile video editing setup, a sound engineer out in the field, or a DJ that just wants something small and rugged that they can throw into their bag without having to worry about them breaking and that don't take up too much space. And here's the microphone test with the V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless while in Bluetooth mode. And no, it doesn't sound that great. My voice is very pushed back and everything just sounds pretty raspy. But here's a microphone test with the included audio cable, and you can clearly hear a sound difference. Everything is much more defined and just clear, but you can be the judge of that. So like I said at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of compromise with the V-moda Crossfade 2 wireless. Their battery life is below average compared to other headphones on the market at the same price point, and you're better off using these headphones with a wired connection as opposed to a wireless connection. But still, I really do like these headphones for a few reasons. First off, they do sound really good when used with that wired connection, and I'm a huge fan of the design. Their build quality is top notch, they can take a beating, and they get very compact when you fold them up. I have no problem throwing these into my bag and not having to worry about them, because admittedly I do have to baby the Sony 1000XM2, Sony Huron 2, and Beat Studio 3. But if you're planning on picking these headphones up, just know what you're getting yourself into. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps out more than you realize. For more product reviews and deal alerts, check out jimcaddy.net. If you want to support the channel, pick up a shirt, and I'll catch you next time.